Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing super well. It's kind of hectic here today. We are actually about to leave on vacation, so we each took a week of vacation, and nothing fancy. We're just gonna go chill at the cottage. I'm really excited. So that's why my hair is looking a little disheveled. I'm not gonna bother showering because we're leaving tonight, so we're leaving in like 6 hours, and then hopefully we'll get there in time for like a quick dip and then dinner and then whatever. So I don't really see the point in showering. We'll do it later in life. But I am trying to pre-film some videos, so I just filmed one. It's actually on this makeup look because this is what I'm going to be wearing to a wedding that we're attending a little later on in the summer. And yeah, if you want to see this, subscribe because I think it will be the video coming out after this one. We'll see. We'll see how on top of the editing I am. Anyways, today I really wanted to show you how well, first of all, what makeup I'm packing for our week away, just because we are going to be going out and about and doing a few things, so I want some options, as well as what I pack it in and how I organize it all. So I'll start off by showing you my makeup bag. This isn't anything fancy. This is what it looks like. It is from Primrose Hill, London. I don't even know who or what that brand is. I just got this at the drugstore. I picked it up at my local Rexall here in Canada, and this is so handy. This is the first like makeup bag in this kind of like flat style that I've ever owned. Normally I have the ones that kind of fold up and they have like the handle and you kind of carry it like a purse, and then each side kind of unzips and it's just like two big pockets. Normally that's what I've always had, but I picked this up a few months ago because it was on sale. It's looking a little worse for wear, but it's so handy. So I fit all of my makeup and all of my brushes in here when I'm traveling, as well as a few hair accessories. This is the main pocket, and it's actually a pretty decent size. This is where all of my makeup goes. Like any of the makeup that I'm bringing with me, this is where it goes. Skincare, body care, and hair care all go in a different bag, which I may show in another video, but it's like not as adorable, and also it's kind of not as organized. I just kind of jam it all in there in Ziploc bags in case anything leaks, so I don't know if I'll show that. We'll see. Then the top compartment looks like this. So I normally put like hair accessories, bobby pins, maybe a comb in here, and then this is where I keep all of the brushes that I bring. So I really find that I don't need more than this, and it's so handy. Everything lies flat, everything just fits like really cozily in here, and yeah, really like it. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you, I'm going to do kind of like a time lapse showing you what I pack as I pack it and like how I fit it all in here. And I may or may not do a voiceover telling you why I'm bringing what I'm bringing. But yeah, let's get right into it. Okay guys, so first I'll start with my foundation. So the one foundation I'm going to be bringing with me is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear 24-hour foundation. I have the shade 090 Neutral Ivory, or Ivory Neutral I should say. I adore this foundation. It's really great on its own, but I also am going to be bringing the MAC Strobe Cream in Gold Light. So because we're going to be on vacation, we're going to be at the beach a lot. Sometimes what I like to do is mix like a small squeeze of this in with a pump of the foundation, and that really shears it out, gives me a little bit of glow, and then just setting that really loosely with a nice light powder works super well. So these two are a must in my kit, and I'm bringing them both. I also will just layer this under a powder if we're not going anywhere and I just want a little bit of a glow, and I find that, I don't know, this is just like a must-have. I always have this in my makeup bag. MAC did such a good job with this product. Now I forgot to mention the primer and setting spray that I'm going to be using is my go-to, which is the L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. I use this as a primer and as a setting spray, and it's just like a great all-around product. Next up, I'm bringing two concealers. The first is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I just use this for dark circles on days where we're not doing too much and I want a really light coverage. I'll just kind of like dot this all around my face and then maybe go in with the smallest amount of the strobe cream and my Estee Lauder Idealist Pore Minimizing Serum, and just kind of mix those three products all over my face, set it with a powder, and it's just really, just gives like a really beautiful, glowy, natural amount of coverage to the skin, so I really like that. And also, obviously, you can just use this alone on dark circles and on acne spots, and I find that works really well. Next, I'm bringing the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Concealer. I just really like this as my brightening product to have, especially if we're gonna go out to dinner or go see people or, you know, do anything exciting. I like to have this in my bag just to kind of give me a little va-va-voom in the center of my face if and when we go out and about or do anything slightly fancy. And I did forget to mention, I am going to be bringing a primer. I don't often use primers. This is just if we're going out and about and I want to be matte for a really long time, especially because anything we do during our week away is going to be outside. It's going to be very hot and humid, so this is a must-have. I likely won't even use this, but it's going to be nice to have just in case. So next I want to talk about some powders that I'm bringing. The first one is my mattifying T-zone powder. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Translucent Pressed Powder. I take this with me pretty much everywhere. It has a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. It's really lightweight. And yeah, just always have this. It's really nice on the T-zone. Then I'm bringing my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is in the shade Light. And I like to, on heavier makeup days, just wear this around the perimeter of my face. But also on lighter makeup days, I'll just kind of use it all over. Next, I'm bringing a luminizing duo. I am falling more and more in love with these. These are the Hard Candy like illuminating powders. It's the shade, or the palette is called Candle Lit. And it's just really beautiful. I used to be a huge fan of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, and I mean, obviously I still am. Those are beautiful powders, but these are like a really loose dupe. They have a little bit more shimmer in them, but I find that it's the perfect subtle highlight for me, just for kind of everyday wear, and especially because, you know, I don't want to look too overdone just hanging out at the cottage or going to the beach with friends. So this is a really nice option. Plus I love that there's two options, so you have the more champagne-y shade here and then the more kind of rosy highlight here. So these are really beautiful, and I think this is under $5 Canadian, so if you're looking for kind of like a really loose loose dupe for the Hourglass ambient lighting palettes, I would recommend testing this out. Next, I'll just go over, I'm only bringing one contour and one blush color. So for my contour, it's my go-to, it's the QO, it's hard, I'm doing this upside down. This is the QO eyeshadow in the shade Sand. This is part of their Back to Basics collection, and it's a really beautiful contour shade for pale skin with kind of a pink undertone like I have. So yeah, I really love that. Although you wouldn't notice it, I just did a fake tan, and it's kind of starting to take, so it's changing my skin tone a little bit, but we'll see. So I just fit that in here. Now my go-to summer blush is the Wet n Wild Ombre Blush. This is in the shade the Princess Daiquiris. I'm so surprised by this blush. It's really gorgeous. I love that it goes, you know, it gives you a few options in one blush palette with the lighter shade and then the darker, more pink shade here. So it's just really perfect. I can mix them all together, only use the light one or only use the dark one, or go somewhere in between. And yeah, it's just perfect. I only need the one blush palette for my whole trip. Then I fit that right in there. Now I'm gonna go on to eyes. I'm only bringing a few very basic products. The first one being my brow pencil. This is looking a little dirty, so please ignore that. I've also lost the end here, this cap. So this is my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe, and I always have this on hand, even for lighter makeup days. As long as my brows are on, I feel like everything is okay. So I'm just gonna fit this in here. Then to follow that up, I am gonna bring my NYX brow gel in the shade Blonde, just because it's nice. You know, it's nice to have and it's nice to set things in place. I find that even when I'm swimming and out in the water and sweating in the hot, humid summer heat, this still does a really, really good job. It doesn't like drip off or wash off. It doesn't claim to be waterproof, but it works really, really well. So I'm definitely bringing this guy. Then I'm bringing one mascara. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof Mascara in the shade Black. This is just an excellent, excellent mascara. It truly is waterproof, and I would highly recommend it if you have issues with your mascara transferring to your bottom lids. Then I'm only bringing one eyeshadow, and this is the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I'm bringing this because I'm pale enough that on me, this is actually a pretty decent eyeshadow color. It just gives some really soft, subtle definition. Then I am gonna bring one eyeliner. This is just a subtle taupe eyeliner from Annabelle. It's waterproof, it's a gel formula. It can go on, you know, sheer or a little bit darker, and I just think it's such a good shade. Also in some light, it looks almost mauve, which is really nice on my brown eyes. It makes them pop a little bit. It can also be smudged out, so I don't know. It's pretty versatile and it's good for, you know, it's good for vacation. So I'm really excited to bring this. I just got this and I've only used it a few times, so really, really like that. Running out of room. We'll try that. Then one more eye product. This is just if I ever feel like brightening up the eyes. Sometimes when I'm swimming a lot, either, you know, in a chlorinated pool or in the lake, I find that my eyes get very red, very puffy, and I find that just running this over my bottom lash line, especially if we're going to be going out to dinner after a long day in the sun, just really helps to brighten everything up. So yeah, this is just a really natural looking pencil. Some people use this for concealing acne too. I don't find that it works on me for that purpose, but really, really beautiful on the inner rim of the eyelid, and I have the shade Light. Now moving on to lip products, I'm only bringing a few. I'll start with my lip balm. Just to kind of keep things light and just so I don't bring too many products, I bring a tinted lip balm, so it kind of serves, you know, a dual purpose. It gives me a little bit of color, but it's also super nourishing. This is the Benefit Lolly Balm. I think it has shea in it. This is just like the smoothest, most nourishing tinted lip balm I've ever tried, and I like that it gives a little bit of color. So bringing that. So next up, I'm bringing one lip liner. This is the NYX Natural lip liner, like the shade is Natural. And I find that this is just a really beautiful, natural lip liner shade. I really love it layered over the Lolly Balm and under lipstick. And it's just like a really perfect nudie natural shade. So I always bring one of these lip liners, that is, because they're so versatile, especially if you bring a lip balm. Then I'm going to be bringing the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Bedtime Flirt. This is new to my collection. I've used it a few times. It's just so beautiful. And I find that you can, you know, layer it to be pretty opaque, or you can kind of sheer it out over a lip balm, which also looks really, really beautiful. They dry really pretty. They wear really nicely, and it goes perfectly with this lip liner as well. So really, really like this. Also, the last time I used this, we were actually away for the weekend and I forgot my blush, and this worked as a beautiful cream blush. So it works really, really well on fair skin tones, and I just really like it. So I'm going to be bringing that. The last lip product I'm bringing is a Tanya Burke Cosmetics lipstick. This is in the shade Birthday Cake. And I just really like this as a layering product. I think it's really pretty, really glossy. Also, if I ever want a glossy look on my eyelids, this can kind of double as like a sheer wash of color over my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, which is kind of an odd way to use it, but it's a really beautiful product. It also smells really, really nice. And I love it layered over the NYX Lip Lingerie. So that is pretty much all that I'm going to be bringing for makeup, and you can see it fits perfectly once you flip it over and you zip it up. It just like fits perfectly. It doesn't move around too much in there, so when we're traveling and everything, I think it'll all stay pretty snug. And yeah, it's just the perfect size for all of my products. Next, I'm gonna be putting in all of my tools. So I'll start with makeup brushes. The first thing is my foundation brush. I use this to apply my primer, my foundation, my concealer, pretty much everything. This is what I use to blend it out. This is the Real Techniques sculpting brush, and it's my go-to. The one thing that bugs me about these brushes from Real Techniques is that the end flares out a little bit, and I find that, I wish it didn't. I wish it just went down to like a point almost, because I find it hard to fit them into most little, you know, most brush slots in a lot of makeup bags and everything. I normally just leave this down and I put my brushes over it, but you know, whatever you prefer. Today I'll put it up, I guess, and use it the way it's meant to be used. Next up is my powder brush. This is just a dense, fluffy brush. This one is from QC Makeup Academy. It's not something that you can just buy. I only own the QC Makeup Academy set because I used to work there in their marketing department. So, but this is just my favorite. So I'm gonna be bringing this. Then for contour, I'm gonna be bringing my e.l.f. stipple brush. This is their small stipple brush. It's my favorite contour brush. And then I'm only bringing one other face brush. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, and I use this for my blush as well as bronzer, although I'm actually not bringing bronzer on this trip. I find that I don't really use it that often anyways. Then I'm only bringing two more brushes. The first one is just kind of like a crease shader brush. This is, I don't even know what brand this is, but it's just something I got in an Ipsy bag, and I think it's a really, really great blender brush. The last brush I'm bringing is another e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. smudge brush. It's the shorter version. They have one that is longer and just a little bit bigger. I just like this for smudging out my eyeliner, and I find that I use it all the time. And that's pretty much it for brushes. I do also bring an eyelash curler. This is my old Revlon eyelash curler. It's looking a little worse for wear, but that's okay. So I just slide that into this pocket here. And then I am gonna bring a makeup sponge. This is the Real Techniques complexion sponge. And I just toss that in there as well. Then I don't bring too much else. I am gonna bring a scrunchie. I just like to have a scrunchie in my life. I find them so, so useful. So bring in this. And I'm also gonna bring two hair clips. If you know me at all or you watch any of my other videos, I adore hair clips. I like clipping back both sides. The face framing hair just behind my ear, and I always have these guys on hand, so I'll toss two in here. If I'm being honest, I'll probably put like 6 more of those hair clips in here because I lose them all the time. And that's that, guys. So I just, you know, flip it over, close it up. And that's that. It works super, super well. You know, it's a little deformed when I have all my crap in there, but it still fits everything perfectly. Nothing moves around too much, and it keeps everything safe. Plus, it's adorable. Okay guys, so that's that. Thank you for coming along with me as I packed my makeup bag. I hope you guys are all enjoying your summer so far. We're having a blast. I'm so excited for this week away. I'm trying really hard to pre-film some videos for you guys. But yeah, other than that, that's it, that's all. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. That would be amazing. And let me know what your travel essentials are down in the comments below. I'm always super curious what makes the cut when people are packing for trips, because it's really hard for me to narrow down what I'm bringing. So I can only imagine. And yeah, I just love peeking into other people's makeup bags because I'm a total creep, apparently. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye!